this past week, Becky Lynch announced that she will be releasing a new book on March 26, 2024. The Man, Not Your Average Girl. We know that Becky Lynch just came off of a 42-day reign as the NXT Women's Championship, where she had 5 defenses before dropping the title to Lyra Valkyrie. I don't even want to pronounce her name. To Lyra. And now she's releasing a book. I just kind of wanted to know what your impressions were of all of this. And to kind of talk, how do you feel about Becky Lynch releasing her own book?
I got no issue with her releasing a book. I think she's the perfect person that could write a book that I want to listen to. But the idea that this happened after she decided to, in my still opinion, selfishly go to NXT and take the title and have a title reign, I'm like, all right, did she just do all this shit to put her goddamn book over? Like, she didn't need to do that. She could have done it on the main roster. It's kind of weird timing if you ask me. Um, I still think it's gonna be a good book. Yeah, I do think it's a good book, but I'm just like, all right, like you basically did this to put yourself over. Cute,
Mm.
cute. Now, I think it's gonna be an interesting read in the sense that like Becky Lynch has a really odd like career come up. I think like last time I checked, they said she was like a flight attendant before this, like while she was wrestling. Like she had such a weird arc to becoming a wrestler that I am interested in reading through her stories. And I actually am interested in possibly checking out the book itself. I just still think the timing is sus, if you ask me. It feels like she did it on purpose because she saw all my tweets slandering her, and she just decided, well, you know what I'm gonna do to top it off? I'm gonna end it with a book, bitch. But what do you think about it, Jordan?
I personally think that it's great. Like you said, she had a very, very interesting arc, considering that considering everything that she went through. If you haven't done so, I would highly recommend anyone who is interested in the Becky Lynch story to watch her 24, her WWE 24. I think it's one of the best WWE 24s that was ever done during that WWE Network era. Um, as far as, do I think that she went to NXT to put the book over? Not necessarily. Because if this book is being announced now, that means that it's been done for a while, which means that 9 times out of 10, if it wasn't announced now, it's probably going to be announced sooner. I don't think that it really has much to do with anything, considering Becky wasn't even on NXT this past week. So I don't think it has anything to do with her NXT title reign. At all. I don't think it has anything to do with her defenses. I think it's just one of those, it was just like the natural next step. I feel like if you look at kind of where all the 4 horsewomen are in their careers, it's, I don't want to say coming to a close, but like there's a whole new crop of women that are coming up now. And I feel like this is kind of a different stage in all 4 horsewomen's lives, right? Like obviously Mercedes is in New Japan. Bailey is still kind of a very much a mentor role in Damage Control. Charlotte is Charlotte, and Becky is Becky. And like when you think about like everything that they've been able to do and accomplish over the past 10 years, they're kind of in a different space career wise. And I feel like they're, you know, in a space where they're kind of passing the torch to the next generation of women. And so when you're passing the torch, it's a great time to begin to tell your story. So I think that Becky's book is going to be a good read. I'll be very, very intrigued to see what the contents are. As far as like her NXT title reign, I still, in my opinion, I think that the NXT Women's Championship over the past 42 days, I mean, she said it. She said it on TV. She defended her title more than Roman did. She defended her title more than there was somebody else she name
Rhea
dropped. She
Ripley.
defended, huh?
Rhea Ripley. She called out
Yeah,
Rhea
she
Ripley.
defended her title more than Rhea. She defended her title more than Roman, which is true. And she went down to NXT, and regardless of how it could have been selfish or whatever the case may be, she gave good matches. She put people over. She was, you know what I'm saying? Like she did her deed. She did what she had to do, and she gave that belt to someone who needed the belt. So I don't think it was selfish, but I do think that the book and the title reign are separate. And, you know, that's just my opinion on that. But I want to know how you guys feel about the book. Are you going to be purchasing your copy of The Man, Not Your Average Girl? Let us know in the comments below, where we're going to be moving on